Hey guys, this is a replay from my T23E3 Tier 7 USA Premium Medium that I obtained in the previous Clan War campaign, the small one. It was handed out another campaign as well, but I couldn't get it that time. And you might have seen it around, but it's not that common yet, so I wanted to just talk through stats first. So as I said, it's tier 7 USA Premium. It has 1050 hit points. Rate to load limit is pretty okay. Top speed is pretty high, but even though it's pretty mobile, doesn't accelerate really fast, so you'll not really get the top speed unless you go downhill. Traverse speed is really good. Also the turret traverse speed is really good. The hull and turret armor are pretty weak, so keep in mind if you try to go hull down with this tank, then you probably run into some troubles if they shoot your turret. It's really weak. You can compare it to like the Cromwell or Comet. It has a good gun depression, but cannot take any shots. The standard shell damage is really low, as well as the standard shell penetration, so you really need to penetrate lots of shots in order to do lots of damage, but you also need to be aware of that if you end up in trade or higher, then you'll need some premium rounds, because it's pretty hard to pen those tanks. For example, Ice 3 on the side with the armor on the tracks, that can be really harsh. But then again, the shell damage is really low, but the rate of fire is really high. It's 18.18, and as you can see, I have a pretty good crew on this tank. It's the crew I also use on my Patton and M60. So I have Bia and some other skills, and together with non-rammer, because I don't use it, I get a still 3.09 second reload time, and that is just really great. That's also something you need. Keep in mind, I use coded optics, vertical stabilizer and gun length drive. I do this because I think that guns with such a high rate of fire most of the time lack the ability to aim really fast. That's why I use gun length drive and vertical stabilizer and no rammer. I could also use ventilation to even optimize that, but the bonus is really small. On the other hand, I use coded optics, so my view range gets boosted even further. The view range actual is 451 meters. Still in this patch, that might be changed in later patches with the view range nerf. But for tier 7 medium, that is just insanely far. That's also due to my crew, of course. But it allows me to spot the enemy and put a couple of more shells in before they can, take a shot at me. If I keep my distance. So these are stats. Let's go to the battle and let's see how I perform. So I'm here in Redshire normal with tier 17, and I'm going to the middle. When they changed the map, the hill became more open, especially from the other side. But what I noticed the most is that if you take the one line from the south base, you really have a good advantage, because the enemy cannot hide anywhere behind the hill on the 3 or 4 line. If you can push to G1, even better F1, that side can just be cleared from sniping if you have a couple of mediums on the middle, like where I am. Anyways, trying to find some targets. There are none. Now just move around. And there's the first target, an M6, stock M6.
That one didn't go through.
And as you can see, the aim circle is pretty large. The aiming is pretty decent. Reload is really fast. But the gun can really troll sometimes. Having your shells land in some weird positions. So I'll just speed forward a little bit because I'm just turning in here and trying to decide where to support first. Sometimes it's really hard to predict where the shell will land.
We didn't even scratch them.
Trying to take a shot at this guy, but apparently I just get misses and critical hits. And that is just what you used to get with this tank a lot. And it's also you need to take time with aiming, otherwise you'll just miss.
Ricochet.
And there we go, I missed again.
Penetration.
Finally I hit. And that side can just do its thing. I cannot really sport anymore, so just switch sides, of course. There was this T23E3 that was one shot. But here are some more juicy targets with the sides towards me. And then you can see what the gun can really do.
Enemy armor is
Keeping this M60 tracked for a little while, but not long enough. So I see them backing off. I see T-3485. He's still alive with being one shot. And I'm just on my way to go and grab him, because he's completely alone here,
They're knocked
completely in
out.
the open. I can just safely drop back. And now we have a couple of guys on the 6 line, or the 1 line I mean, and me and Leopard in the middle. As you can see, the M6 was already shot. He used to be in a pretty good position on the old map, but the 1 line can just completely shoot that side now. So I just decided to go a little further, do some spots. Find the M6, but I also find an even more attractive target here. I'm not spotted,
We didn't even scratch
now I am.
them.
And as there's 3 RTs, I decided to just go, wait a bit, and get in a position behind the bush, hoping that the 1 line will push soon. And the A44
That one bounced.
is already a pretty nasty target on the front.
We didn't
As I said,
penetrate their
I
armor.
don't have much penetration,
Penetration.
but the side is a nice target. Detracking him
Penetration. Enemy armor is hit.
and almost taking him out. Frontally he's not really penetrable, at least not from this distance. So it's going rather okay. Not much difference, strength difference between teams.
Got him.
But I see the RT, take him out. and I just decide to go and push here a bit. I assumed that the Sturger Emil was moved on with the group that would see this M6. But that's not really the case. He's looking the other way though, trying to detrack.
Enemy armor is
Doesn't work.
Enemy armor is hit.
And now he can deal lots of damage. But I also know his reload is pretty long,
Reload is fast. Looks like armor is hit.
so it's time for me to just zigzag towards him.
Ready to fire. Critical hit.
Use some auto aim on the move.
Enemy is hit. Ricochet. Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy is
And as you
hit.
can see, right now I already shot
Enemy
more than
vehicle
30
damaged.
shots already. So that is sometimes a problem,
Enemy armor is
especially if you don't have enough stuff with you. Enough gold shells for higher tiers or like ISs, etc. Then it can be a problem. So there's M12
We've lost
to
the
get
track.
there.
Enemy armor is damaged. They're knocked out. Let's roll.
Trying to go for the SU 152, but he's there in between some of my team members. And well, this game definitely displayed what the T23E3 can do. In my opinion, it's pretty much opportunistic tank. You really need to misuse the mistakes of the enemy, flank a lot, otherwise you will have penetration problems. Try to detrack a lot, especially if you can get the sides, and you can do lots. Well, those are all important stuff that you can take into account. So this was my ace tanker, high caliber. It's a ×3, 5.7k experience. I spotted a couple of guys, also the RT, the one I shot. So, well, there you see that my 481 or 451 view range really did help. I spotted them from like the E line. And some other badges. I did 2620 damage. I made 5 kills, 1282 base experience, and that is really the biggest contribution of the whole team. But nonetheless, it was a team play. The details: I shot in total 41 times. I missed 9. I bounced 5. And I penetrated 27, and that was good for 2620 damage. So I have 1 or 2 critical hits in those penetrations, and the rest is damage. So of course I did lots of damage for a tier 7, but it took me also loads and loads of shells. Even though I shot some gold shells, I still only have a low auto resupply ammunition fee, and I made 40k profit, but that's with a game in which I got 1923 single experience with premium, and that is obviously a lot. But well, this is what the T23E3 is really a mobile flanker, supporter, opportunistic tank that you really need to know how it behaves how you can safely use it. But it's a fun tank, in my opinion. It is fun, and really similar to like the Comet. But the Comet is more mobile, and might have some more damage and penetration. I'm not sure. But yeah, I got this for free, so that's a nice addition to my garage. Yeah, hopefully it was a fun and informative match. And if you like this video, you might want also to check out the rest of my videos or subscribe to my channel. And see you next time.